Hey guys, Will Scully with Audiosavings.com. We're here at NAMM 2015. It's been a great run now. We've seen a bunch of new technology, some real eyebrow raisers. But I'm hanging out with Gary, and we've got a new wireless system that, in my opinion, is a game changer. So go ahead and tell us about the System 10 Pro series, if you would, Gary.
Yeah, certainly. Well, the System 10 actually utilizes my System 10 basic engine. So I've had a system in the market for a couple years now, which is a 2.4 gigahertz digital wireless system. And one of the things we kept getting was I need it rack mountable. You know, I'm a professional, I want to rack this in a rack. And we were like, we can do this, but it becomes a little bit of a challenge in the 2.4 gigahertz because you can't easily remote mount your antennas. Sure. You need to get those antennas out of the rack. So what we did is we came up with a very revolutionary concept where we have a remote mountable receiver unit. So you simply push a button and detach the whole receiver unit and then do a home run with standard Cat5 cable back to your receiver chassis. Now I can mount my antennas anywhere I want. If I'm doing performance space, I could mount my antennas on the side of a stage on a mic stand. I could actually gaff tape it to my monitor speaker where I'm standing. Maybe in a contractor install market, I want to mount them in the ceiling. I can put them behind ceiling tile. So again, with that 2.4 gigahertz, we're completely outside CV band interference. And I know the FCC, you've probably heard, has been taking away a lot of frequencies.
Yeah, more and more, sure.
So in this is outside of any of that. It's the easiest wireless I have to use. Literally, you turn it on, it does everything for you. It actually changes frequencies if it encounters interference. It does this all automatically. So that's 2 channels in a half rack. You can get 4 in a single rack space. Balance output. It's a really cool system.
What a game-changing new development, and with the FCC doing what they're doing, a lot of independent organizations are working illegally. They may not even know it yet, you know. But now, with that being said, I just recently did a church play. There was, 12 wireless systems, and just from the boxes, from these rabbit ears, if you will, touching each other, we were encountering all these dropouts. So number one, we had to spread all the units out over tables and whatnot. A real waste of time and space. With something like this, it's running over Cat5 or Cat6.
Yeah, exactly. It's a standard Ethernet connector. The other thing that's very interesting, and you brought up a really good point, interference you're having can be done because of misuse of antenna placement. It also can be you just run out of space.
Yeah.
So one of the things that the System 10 works at really well is if you have an existing installation of wireless that you're using wireless, you can lay 6 channels of this on top of that, and it doesn't affect your existing wireless. You don't have to redo your channel plan for your wireless because it's in the 2.4 gigahertz. Maybe you're on ears in the UHF spectrum. You can throw this up and you don't have to change any of the things that you're already doing. So this plays really well with existing wireless systems. It's very exciting.
So true, Gary. And also with a system like this, when you can run, over standard Ethernet, Cat5, Cat6, out of the box, you can have all these sitting back, say by the engineer. You can have them sitting all on the side of the stage, say where your inner monitoring mixer setup is going on a big application. You can have them sitting backstage and then just stand and run all your Ethernet. I mean, almost just snake it, bundle it together, and then put those towards the front of the stage or front of the house where they're going to be most necessarily needed. To get those frequencies, and then spreading them apart a little bit. That way they're not just getting interference from everything else that's going on in that city at that time on those frequencies, but not getting interference from each other as well, which is really genius.
Yeah, it's really cool, and in fact, you struck on something there. Many of these installations, even the house of worship market, you don't have a separate monitor mixer, so you're mixing monitors and front of house from the front of house position.
Right.
That's the worst place you can put a wireless. You want your antennas up by the performers.
Right.
So to be able to put your receivers at front of house, you can monitor transmitter battery life off your receiver. You can monitor clip levels. You can monitor RF level, all at front of house. And as you said, you just run your Cat5 right up to the stage, stick your receiver modules up near the performers where they're going to work best anyways, and you're good to go. And again, in that 2.4 gigahertz, I can't stress it enough, well outside any broadcast. I don't need to know where you live to sell you this. It's license free anywhere in the United States. You don't need to do any setup. You turn it on, it monitors the environment and sets itself up automatically.
True, and since the FCC has taken over these bands of frequencies, it's just to open it up for more air traffic, radio traffic, city traffic that's going out over those frequencies. So slowly it's going to start eating up your band space to where there is no more, so you're going to have to move on to a legal space designated by the FCC. And not just that, guys, if you need to get Cat 5 cable, Ethernet cable, get it by the spool. It's, get 100 foot. It's cheap. It's dirt cheap. You can make the connectors yourself. It's very simple process, kind of fun, kind of geeky, but a little fun. But make those cables yourself, get it done, and get a system that you can count on, like Audio-Technica. Gary, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it, guys. For all your Audio-Technica needs, go to audiosavings.com.